A big part, of course, of the opposition's reply so far has been to further curb immigration. It is set to reduce under Labor. The coalition says it would be too high. Joining me live is Shadow Housing Minister Michael Sukkar for more on this and a few areas in his portfolio. On immigration, I mean, the coalition's talking about this being a major part of why you'll make housing more attainable. Is that sort of throwing your hands up and saying supply is too hard to increase? Are you just going to leave that up to the states?
No, Tom. The truth is that the industry, even running at full tilt, would never be able to build as many homes as this government is bringing in through its record high migration program. We actually have a pretty good, by international standards, number of homes built per capita. But this government's brought in nearly 1 million people over 2 years. There's no way you could build those houses, let alone under this government. We're building fewer houses. We, in that same time of bringing in 1 million migrants, built just 265,000 homes. You don't need to be a genius to work out that those maths don't work, Tom. So we're realistic, and the truth is that under our plan, there'll be at least 100,000 homes made available through lower migration. Sure, housing is a main component of it, but I think Australians are seeing more broadly the ramifications of an unsustainable migration program under this government. And quite frankly, Tom, in response to our budget in reply, I think the battle lines have been drawn for the next election. The Labor Party will stand for higher migration and fewer houses, and we stand for lower migration and more houses for Australians.
Not sure they'll be putting it on an election poster, but maybe you'll be able to frame it that way. The coalition headline policies so far that I see are, well, migration has a big effect on it, you hope, as you alluded to, and also accessing super. Are we going to see something significant and a really big spend of money for actually creating more supply from the coalition?
Well, those two policies that you've outlined, Tom, are major policies. I mean, being able to free up 100,000 homes is quite a remarkable thing. And it's a hard decision, by the way, reducing migration. There's a lot of vested interests who don't like it, but we think we're on the side of Australians. And of course, access to super, which was a policy that I put together before the last election, we recommitted to and reaffirmed to, is a huge policy to give first home buyers up to $50,000 of their own super to put towards their savings for a deposit to turbocharge.
But it's not supply, is it?
Savings are two huge commitments, sure. And to get to your question, sorry to filibuster, Tom, we will have a lot to say about supply. The truth is, under this government, we've had supply down, fewer homes built than the previous coalition government, fewer first home buyers. And worryingly, we've got lower approvals, Tom, which means over the next 12 to 18 months, fewer homes will be built, even in the last 12 to 18 months.
So supply announcements that have come, perhaps, the filibustering on First Edition, they're a bit tighter with me here. They say they've got to keep things punchy, so I'm jumping in. Don't mind me. So on the super policy, that policy as is, how many people would you estimate would be eligible when that comes in the first year of a coalition government? How many people would suddenly be having that extra money to be able to enter the market or try to?
Well, we think about 40% of first home buyers would seek to access it. And at the moment, we've got record low first home buyers, but over the long-term average, you're talking tens of thousands of people. So we want it to be available to as many people as possible. This idea from the Labor Party that the way you deal with housing is to have first home buyers with less money in their pocket, first home buyers with less money for a deposit, is quite a remarkable claim that they're making. We want first home buyers to compress the period it takes to save that deposit. We know the deposit hurdle is a huge challenge. The former coalition government, when I was to put in place the home guarantee scheme, which enables people now to buy a home with a 5% deposit, that's helping 1 in 3 first home buyers. We would hope that people would be able to bundle those two schemes together, use the home guarantee scheme and use their superannuation. We want as many first home buyers to qualify as possible, but it'll be tens of thousands in the first year.
So just tens of thousands, okay. So and just very quickly on that, would you be open, if the modelling suggests that everyone entering at the same time pushes up prices too much, would you be open to sort of capping it to a certain number each year, perhaps, to make it a policy that economists might agree with a bit more?
Well, no, the way it's structured at the moment, Tom, is that you will have people progressively enter. I mean, the truth is this is a measure to help people supplement their savings. So it's not a policy that the entire deposit will be necessarily what you withdraw from super. It will supplement your savings that you've got outside of super, because at the moment, the only way you save for a deposit is outside of super. So people's saving rates are different.
Obviously in that first year there's a big number in there. All right, so no, not capping it. Just wanted to clarify that. We're out of time. No.